Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mary's Creative Decor. On today, we'll be doing a headboard and a mirror. The headboard and the mirror goes with the chest and the dresser that I finished a few weeks ago. So now we're working on the bed and the mirror. Now the bed had a inlay or at the top, and this was the inlay. So I removed that inlay and I sanded it down so that it could easily be painted over. I felt like the inlay kind of dated it a little bit, and this is for a teenage boy's room. So I used my liquid sand, and then I used my little rabbit sander, and I started to sand down the furniture. Now, I'm not going to go over the preparations that I did, but this is what I'm doing now. This is the mirror, and we will be sanding it as well to make it match the other two pieces that I have finished. And to let you guys know again, I am doing this in my home, in my family room. So this is going to take a little time, and so be patient with me even with the filming, because the pieces are big and I kind of have to walk around to show you guys what I'm doing. And here's a look at the headboard. My sanding is complete. I have washed it down and it's still wet, but it's ready to add the primer. And here is a look at the mirror. It has been sanded, but still needs to be wiped down. Once I wipe it down, it will also be ready for the first coat of primer. And here is my mirror. I have taped off the mirror and added one coat of primer to the mirror. And I've also added one coat of primer to my headboard. Now I'm about to begin applying my second coat of primer to both of the pieces. And because you've seen me do this before, and there's no right or wrong way to add the primer, to save video time, I'm going to continue painting both my pieces with the primer off camera. My primer is dry to the touch, and now I'm ready to apply my paint color. Now I want to do the inlays of the bed, the 3 inlays. I want to do them in the bronze color, the Rust-Oleum bronze, the same color we used on the dresser and the chest top. So I'm going to use this in the inlays. So I'm going to paint them first, and then we'll use the black pearl paint by Modern Masters to paint the other parts of the bed. So the metallic bronze will be on the 3 inlays, and the black pearl paint will be on the rest of the bed. So let's get started putting our first coat of the bronze paint on the inserts or inlays of the bed. So I have added my first coat of bronze paint, and this is what it's starting to look like with the first coat. And here on my mirror, I've added the bronze paint to the top and the bottom of the mirror base. And I'm adding the bronze paint to make sure that it will go with the other 2 pieces. The armoire, the top was in the bronze, and on the dresser, the top was in the bronze. So I'm just pulling the 4 pieces together. The second coat of bronze have dried on the headboard and on the mirror, and we're ready to add our second coat. Once we finish our second coat, we'll be ready to apply the black pearl paint to the rest of both pieces. And here on my bed, I also have 2 coats of the bronze paint. My paint is not quite dry, so we're going to give it another 15 to 20 minutes before we start to apply our third coat of the bronze paint. And here I've added 3 coats of the bronze paint to the panels on the bed, and it's just like I want it to look. It is drying, it's still a little wet. And over here on the mirror, this is also 3 coats at the bottom of the mirror and 3 coats at the top of the mirror. So we're going to let those 3 coats dry, and then we'll be ready to start applying our black paint. Okay, I'm starting to add my first coat of the black pearl paint to my headboard. Again, I'm starting with the angled short handle brush, and I'm going in and getting the creases first. I decided to change the bronze paint to black for the panel above the inlays. I've added 2 coats of the black pearl paint to that, and I'm starting to finish up with the second coat on the headboard. And now I'm turning my attention back to the mirror. I'm ready to add my second coat of the black pearl paint to the mirror, and I'm working back and forth between the 2 pieces. You can definitely see the difference between 1 coat of paint and 2 coats. The 1 coat of paint looks blotty or splotchy, and the 2 coats starting to look smooth on the bed. Once I got 2 coats of the black pearl paint added to my headboard, I taped off the panels. They should be dry, so I taped them off. And now I can get around and paint my black paint without worrying about contaminating the bronze paint with the black paint. Okay guys, I pulled my painter's tape off, and it took my carpet paint. It wasn't quite dry. So to solve all this without going back and having to do another 3 coats here and there, I'm just going to paint the inlays black. That will solve my problem, save me some aggravation and frustration. They will be black. Now here on the mirror, I pulled the tape off the mirrors, and that turned out fine. I do have some tape left in the corners, and I'll just take my X-Acto knife or a razor and pull that out and clean up what's left of the tape. But the mirror is fine. I do have the piece of tape left at the bottom, and I'm going to give it a few minutes to make sure my black is dry there so that I can pull that tape off. So I'm going to continue painting the bed, and when I come back, we shall be ready for the reveal. And this is my bed complete, but the sunlight is so bright by the patio that I think I will wait until evening to tape it again. But as you can see, it's sitting in front of the dresser, and in comparison, the 2 are working together really well. And this is the headboard in evening light. I had 3 coats of the black pearl paint on the main part of the bed, and the trim around the bed at the top, I have the Carper metallic paint. Now this is the daylight for the mirror. is sitting in front of the dresser and it is complete. Again, there's 3 coats of paint on the mirror, and at the top I did the copper paint, and also I did the copper paint on the bottom trim. Again, I think it turned out quite beautiful. And here is my mirror in the evening light. My husband is home, so I had him help me to lift it up and sit it on top of the dresser. So now you can see how it works together. The copper color at the top, and the balance of the mirror is black, and it is sitting on top of the dresser. Again, I think it turned out quite lovely. And if you have enjoyed watching this video, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified of any upcoming videos that I have. Also, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to share with your friends and family. Thank you all so much for watching. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.